Hello everybody, I'm Stephanie. We're going to be looking at Warrior 2 today, Virabhadrasana 2. So join me on your mat wherever you're at. Beginning to listen to the body, finding some movement through the spine. Inhale the arms up overhead. On your exhale, right palm comes down to the mat, or maybe you place a block or a book or something underneath it. Lengthen, reach up through your left fingers and over towards the right side, pressing down through your left hip. Keep lengthening left side body. Inhale, come back up through center. And exhale, left hand plants, right arm reaches up and over towards the left, pressing down through your right hip. Inhale, back up through center. And exhale, palms come down through heart center. Making your way to tabletop. Knees underneath your hips, wrists underneath your shoulders. Pull your core in, activate your arms. So you're spreading apart the scapula between your back. Pressing down to the mat, grip your mat. Tuck your toes, hips up and back. Finding your down dog. Find some movement here. Listening to the back sides of the legs, the hips, the low back. Maybe you're just walking your dog, pressing the heels down one at a time. You can rock back and forth on your wrists. Keeping the connection down all four corners. So as you're rocking back, the top two aren't popping up. You're keeping grip down through all 5 fingers. And then beginning to settle in. Soften your knees just a little bit. Reach your hips back even further. Feeling the stretch through the back side of your legs. Roll your shoulders away from your ears. Deep bend in your knees. Look between your hands. Walk your feet to the top of your mat. Exhale, reach down through your crown. Standing forward fold. We're going to hang out here for just a second. Maybe you grab opposite elbows. You can rock side to side, ragdoll. Take some of the tension out of your neck. You can shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Let your arms hang back down. Pull your core in. Arms are just dead weight. Roll back up one vertebrae at a time. Ragdolling all the way up. Last thing up is your head. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive. Core stays pulled in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, reach back down through your crown. Deep bend in your knees. Plant your hands. Step your feet back to the top of your plank. Remember, plank is your choice. You can take it on your knees. You can keep it on your toes. Keeping the engagement in your arms so you're not dropping down into your shoulders. Core pulls in nice and tight. Lower yourself all the way down in one solid piece all the way to the mat. Release your toes. Keep gripping your mat. Drag forward. Lift up. Your choice. Baby cobra, middle cobra, high cobra. Keeping length in your low back. Exhale, melt back down. Inhale, press up, tabletop. Curl your toes. Hips up and back. Down dog. Find some movement again here if that feels good. Lift your left leg, 3-legged dog. So as you're doing this, a lot of times you'll notice people will open up their hip. And there's a difference between 3-legged dog and hip opener. So you're wanting to keep both hips in line. Wake up your inner thighs. Dial your left hip down. So left hip and right hip are both in line. Bend your left knee. Come up on your right toes. Step or walk your left foot through between your hands. We're setting up Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2, without the hair in your face. Drop your right heel and let your right toes turn out. As you do this, you're going to feel the opening through your right hip. Pull your core in. Inhale, come up. Spin your arms, one back and one front. We're opening up Warrior 2. A lot of little things here we're going to look at. First, we're looking at, do we have all 4 corners of both feet down? One very common thing that a lot of people will do when they're coming into Warrior 2 is roll to the inside of their foot because they think they have to lunge way far forward. Think of instead of gripping the mat with all 4 corners of the feet, pulling the mat together. So you're activating your inner thighs. So all four corners are down, inner thighs are activated, left kneecap over top of your ankle. This direction and this direction. So working your left kneecap towards your left pinky toes, not letting the knee collapse in. If your knee's going past your ankle, widen your stance a little bit. Activate your arms, roll your shoulders up, back, and down. So you're opening up, you're not collapsing in. Arms are actively reaching in opposite directions. They're not just kind of hanging here in dead space. We want to work through the whole body. Torso is to the right. Gaze to the front. If you're feeling any tension in your jaw, maybe in the back of your neck, you can drop your gaze slightly, lengthening the back of your neck. Can you keep working your left kneecap towards your left pinky toe? Did it roll in? On your next exhale, spin your hands down, frame your left foot, turn your right toes in. We're taking a low lunge here, stretching the right hip back out. Then we're going to come back to warrior two again. Drop the right heel, right toes turn out. Inhale, come up, warrior two. Can you feel all those little alignments in your body again? All four corners down, pull the mat together, shoulders up, back, and down. Torso to the right, gaze to the front. Reach in both directions. Left kneecap towards your left pinky toe. Oh my word, warrior two. Woo! One last thing. Can you feel the balance between both thighs? When I first started practicing this pose, my front thigh would always burn a little bit more. And I realized I was tugging forward. I just was transferring all my weight front. So play around with that a little bit. Maybe tug forward. Feel your left thigh burn a little bit more. Tug back. Feel your right thigh burn a little bit more. You can do that a few more times using the breath. Then find your floaty spot, that spot right over top of your hips where both thighs are burning equally. They're both doing work in equal amounts. There you go. Keep breathing. Windmill your hands down again. Frame your left foot. Turn your right toes in. Right knee comes down to the mat. Left knee comes back to your tabletop. Wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Inhale, drop your core, lift your hips, lift the crown of your head. Back bend, cow. Exhale, reach your spine up towards the ceiling. Chin to chest, press away from the mat, cat. Take a few of these here. Realigning hips. Maybe stretching the low back out. And then coming back to your neutral tabletop. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back to your down dog. This time, reach your right foot up, three-legged dog. Is your right hip opening up? Can you roll it back down? Engage your inner right thigh. We're setting up warrior two, Virabhadrasana two, other side. Bend your right knee, come up on your left toes. Step or walk your right foot through between your hands. Left heel down, left toes out, left hips opening up. Inhale, come up. Warrior two, other side. So same thing on this side. Can you grip the mat with both feet? Can you pull the mat together? Working right kneecap towards right pinky toe. Core's engaged, tailbone's reaching down. So you're not sticking the tailbone way out. Torso to the left, gaze to the front. Play around with that tug of war again. Tug front, tug back. Finding your floaty spot. On your exhale, windmill your hands down, frame your right foot, turn your left toes in, low lunge, other side. Pressing back through your left heel, lengthening your left hip. Then we're coming back up, warrior two, Virabhadrasana two, one more time. Left heel down, left toes out. Inhale, come up. Find all those little alignments again. Grip the mat, both feet. Pull it together. Inner thighs working. Right kneecap towards your right pinky toe. Torso to the left, gaze to the front. Floaty spot in the middle. Keep breathing. And exhale, windmill the hands back down. Frame the foot, turn the left toes in. Left knee comes down. Right knee comes back. Back to your tabletop. Maybe take a few wiggles, some movement here. Then walking your hands back to your knees, have a seat on your heels, coming back to your breath. Feeling the expansion on the inhale and a little bit more contraction on the exhale. Thank you so much for joining me today looking at Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Blessings and namaste.